2021 is proof that the law of karma exists. Good afternoon, party people. It's your girl Yael, aka The Blue Train, and this is your news with a view. Up first, it's a lie! That's right, right-wing circle jerk Parler is back on the internet. I gotta admire their persistence. The site is currently featuring limited postings from their CEO. The IP address is being hosted by a Russian-backed technology firm. Russia as the face of white supremacy? Go figure. While the app has still been nixed, new support from this firm might let us see whether or not they're gonna let them back online again. The funniest part of this is that DDoS, the company currently hosting the IP address, also hosts the website for the Russian Department of Defense. The US is getting payback by having a foreign country interfere and sponsor terrorists. Oh, this is so good. Why didn't I write this first? You brilliant son of a bitch. That's how you use a country's weakness against itself. Up next, Among Us DC edition. Yep, 2 National Guards people were removed from inaugural duty today. Love the fact that we've been warning them about extremists in the military for a while, and now it's finally coming to bite them in the ass, huh? Official reports refuse to state why these people have been removed. Rumors abound that it might be because they have right-wing extremist leanings. I mean, it's not like the majority of the people at that march weren't either members of law enforcement or retired vets. The U.S. trained its own faction of terrorists? Name y'all K to fits. Oh, the cosmic karma is too much. I love it. I love it. Finally, Mike Pompeo goes out in a blaze of glory. Soon to be ex-Secretary of State, managed to condemn Chinese treatment of the Uyghurs and multiculturalism in the same breath. I knew the last hours of this shit show wouldn't disappoint. While he's not wrong about the Uyghur situation, real quick, the Uyghurs are a small Muslim ethnic group in China that's currently in the process of being ethnically cleansed by the Chinese government. They claim because this group might be a potential extremist threat, but they've also got over 2 million of these people in re-education internment camps. And they've taken to sterilizing them because they believe that their ethnic group isn't culturally Chinese. That's a fucking dystopia. Pompeo rightfully labeled China's actions as genocide, but then turned around and tweeted that multiculturalism is not American. Dude, unless you got some indigenous American chilling in your bloodline, your people ain't even from here. America is the model for multiculturalism. Not to worry, folks. Twitter took him to task. All jokes aside, this Uyghur situation has been bothering me since I read about it. I've been following the story fairly closely in my news updates, but this is the first time I've really had a chance to speak about it. And this is insane because we live in the 21st century. We have all the technology in the world to show us that borders don't matter. Geography is not important. All that matters is if you have an internet connection. And somehow we're still making it okay to ethnically cleanse people based on the color of their skin or the origin of where they're from. Now again, this is a part of human history. They did it with my ancestors. Law enforcement's still doing it. They did it in Germany with the Jews. They've done it in parts of India. They did it with the indigenous Americans. The idea of one part of the species violently wiping out another is honestly something we should be moving past. And what's terrible is there doesn't seem to be anyone really willing to step in and correct what's happening right now. Which is crazy because reading my history textbooks, the whole reason for creation of certain programs after World War II was so that we could avoid another Hitler-like situation. But if this is allowed to continue, that would mean that provisions like the Geneva Convention were never really meant to be used to prevent atrocities like what took place with the Jews in Germany, but really just to make it so that we wouldn't end up in all-out war again. And if genocide is okay, or not something concerning enough to stop, then I don't really think we're ever going to get rid of this pandemic. And I'm not talking about the virus. I'm talking about the one that says the conditions of your birth should determine how you're treated. As long as we keep that shit up, we're not going to stand a chance against the global atrocities that are left to come. On a scale of 1 to 10, how badly do you think the Biden administration is going to do handling global warming? All in the name of returning to normal. I get the bulk of my news from TMZ, Twitter feeds, CNN, and a couple of other places. But if you see something you want me to cover, don't be shy, tag me in.
Never been afraid to speak my mind.